Hello. My name is Abby Castillo. I am writing this script past midnight, so it is technically November 17th, 2021. I am reading this script out loud with text-to-speech to a video on September 5th, 2022. This video will then be edited, promoted, and viewed at much later dates. This is a process of postponement which I have been practicing in one form or another for the past 7 years. This is the first video in a series. I imagined this video as the introduction, but there is not much I feel the urge to explain at the moment. I am, as I write this, stoned in my bed after a long day of work and study. I have been wanting to make this series of videos for a while now, either 2 or 5 years. I was in the shower the other day when I realized the form this video series should take. Like I said, I am stoned. I was stoned when I wrote this script. I may or may not be stoned now, as I am reading this script. What day is it today? It is November 17th of 2021, and it is September 5th of 2022. And what day is it where you live? What day are you listening to me from? These videos are simply documentation. I'm bad at documenting things unless I put them in a long series for some reason. I have trouble disassociating the document of a work from the work itself. Placing the documents in series allows me to decompose them in some sense, to dissolve them into the movement of an ongoing project. As the series progresses, the older works decompose and become like fertilizer for future works and future documents. Does that make sense? Okay, I am stoned and tired. I have the urge to explain this more, but my brain is turning into happy stoned mush. I am excited to see where this goes. 0.1. I attempted to record this video a couple days ago. As I write this, it is December 9th, 2021. I tried recording this video once, but it didn't come out great, so now I am trying again. I have been playing a lot of video games. All of a sudden I have become really good at filling up all my free time with video games. I am one of those people who began gaming a lot during the beginning of the pandemic. It is good to have an indoor hobby in these times. It's been a long time since I've made a video for YouTube. I've changed a lot since then. I've changed enough that I don't want you to see what I was like back then, not without heavy curation. Maybe one day I'll feel less uptight about it. Maybe I won't. It's worth mentioning that these videos are not solely intended for YouTube. I intend for these to be long-term documents, which will be screened and archived elsewhere in addition to YouTube. That said, this is a YouTube series, which I suppose makes me a YouTuber. The main conceit of these videos is, like I said, to provide documentation. With these videos I intend to document my art, my life, my research, my experiments. This whole project is in some sense an experiment, though video blogging is not as avant-garde as it used to be. Time passes after all, and what was once future quickly becomes past. We are all aware of what a video blog is nowadays. Are you interested in the video games I am playing? I know video game content is popular on YouTube, or maybe I just get recommended these videos because I choose to watch them. It's all a feedback loop. I'm feeling self-conscious about this process. In addition to video games, I have been filling up my free time with lots of YouTube videos. I feel too aware of the various tics and strategies used by YouTubers, and feel unable to perform in that way. I am not as a person doing terribly, but I am somewhat depressive and tired much of the time. Maybe this means I shouldn't make videos, but I want to be seen. I want to have this document, even if I'm not my absolute best. Have I told you about 1000 Machines? From 2014 to 2017, I wrote one poem, once a day, for 1,000 days, and posted them to a blog. I tragically deleted this blog in 2020, during a manic episode triggered by a series of traumatic experiences. These poems were each generated using a Markov chain process, using my Twitter account as the corpus. The tool I used was called That Could Be My Next Tweet, created by a programmer named Weimer Hasenberg, also known as Monica. Each day I would use this tool to generate a new automatic tweet. I would then copy this tweet into a text file, where I would do some editing. These edits would include strike-throughs, italics, bold, and spacing. I always refrained from removing or adding any text. The edits were all just emphasis and de-emphasis of the babble spat out by the program. I did this 1,000 times. As I mentioned, these poems were all deleted in a fit of mania in 2020. They are almost all completely gone, although a few fragments remain here and there. I have been collecting them together as I encounter them. I actually found another one just the other day, when I was least expecting it. I wonder how many more are out there. My plan is to recreate this project. It will be a new version. 1000 Machines version 1.1. Luckily, I still have an archive of my Twitter account from between 2014 and 2017. My plan is to write a program that can parse the text of these tweets and automatically generate a set of 1000 poem drafts that correspond to the original days of the project. I suppose then that I will spend the following 1000 days editing and sharing these poems online. They will not be the same poems as version 1.0, but they will be made of the same stuff. They will, in some sense, be the same thing. That is just a plan of mine. For 2022, I'll let you know how it goes. 0.2. April 17, 2022. It is about 3:30 a.m. I am in my bed making plans for my year. Still haven't recorded this video. I'm very behind. Hopefully I record this video soon. It is the springtime and it has been beautiful out. I was so sad that I missed the cherry blossoms, and resolved that I would be better prepared for them next year. I reflected on this feeling of sadness and compared it to how I was feeling in the spring of 2021 and 2020. I was glad to notice that my biggest worry this time around was missing the flowers blooming. Not that everything is perfect now. The world is hell. I am extremely angry about the removal of the mask mandate, but I'm doing my best to survive and to enjoy the flowers. 0.3. September 5th, 2022. The summer is basically over. This year is passing by in a blur. I feel somewhat directionless. I still haven't won an artist grant this year. I need to make more money. Life is a blur and I keep getting older. I am 28 years old. I have D-cup tits and I am in love with the dreamiest girl. I am studying to start a career as a web developer. I am still poor. This year has felt like a wash, though I know it hasn't been. But that's just how it's felt like. My album, A, came out a week ago. This year I earned a certificate from Portland Community College for Creative Coding and Immersive Technologies. I did a capstone show at the Paragon Arts Gallery. My zines were shown at a book fair at Carnation Contemporary. I contributed work to issue number 16 of the Portland Woman of Color Zine Collective zine. I've printed a million issues of Real Girl 1994 and made a lot of music. I've done it all. And I've made some money. But it hasn't been enough. The worst part of this year has been the persistence of the pandemic. I haven't seen my sister or my niece in 2.5 years.